Welcome to Arts Beyond Museum. I'm Khan and I'm your curator for this series. Now, we know that Arts Beyond Museums, we are going to bring Master Yun's paintings to wonderful and beautiful places around Singapore to exhibit them. Here, you might be familiar. This is Boat Quay. We're not bringing you to Boat Quay today actually. It's a little place, a small gem that's somewhere over there. Historically, they're all connected. Boat Quay, in the past, many merchants, especially, Teochew merchants came together here and eventually they formed this thing called 18 merchant houses beside the river or riverside. I think in Teochew they call it Zapui King, a bit like the shop houses behind me. This place was so important. There are a lot of other streets around the place were influenced by that name. Let's go and take a look. Today, Arts Beyond Museums brings you to this hidden gem, La Terre, along Upper Circular Road. Here, in the past, they are used to have what we call the staples, or the places that actually have the horses for the Teochew merchants. So it's one time, it was called Ma Ce Lu, okay, the road for staples or the road for horses as well. But today, we are not here for horses, we are here for Arts Beyond Museums, and we are exhibiting Master Yun's feng shui paintings at this wonderful place. What is this place all about? Is this a bar? Is this a restaurant? Let's find out. Now, before we go any further, for new friends, if you're wondering what is Lotus on Water and who exactly is this painter, the one behind all these arts, who exactly is Master Yun Zi? Master Yun, he is the 6th generation feng shui master in his family. In 2006, inheriting all the wisdom, knowledge and experience, Master Yun, he founded Lotus on Water. In 2019, Master Yun was recognized by China CCTV. They came to Singapore and made a huge documentary for him, and they gave him many different awards, including Achievement in Arts Award, I Ching Gold Medal Master Award, and so on. Now, till date, Master Yun has had 14 major art exhibitions all around the world. One of them, very much worthy of mention, is the one on the Great Wall of China in 2020 December. Now, Great Wall of China has 3,500 years of history and is about 4,700 kilometers away from Singapore. No one has ever exhibited on the Great Wall of China other than Master Yun himself. Now, La Terre, it's a French word. It actually means the earth, right? This is actually a very cozy bar and nice gem hidden in the whole bustling CBD or the central business district area. Even in the past, it was pretty much a central business district. This place, small, but as what we call in Chinese, 麻雀虽小，五脏俱全. A pigeon or a sparrow might be small, but it has all the necessary organs. And I think this place has more than that, because this place has many extensive, wonderful, valuable spirits, wines, and alcohol. And in 2021, they were awarded the Platinum Award for their New World Wine List and their Old World Wine List. That's something to behold. La Terre's chief sommelier and co-founder is Mr. Daisuke Kawai-san, and he's named this place in French, as I said before, called the Earth. One of the reasons is because that he wants to go back and recognize where these grapes or where these wine grapes or the materials for the whiskey came from, the ingredients of the soil, recognizing them that makes them what they taste like and their quality and so on. So we can see the insistence in quality and standards by Mr. Daisuke-san. We look at Master Yun's painting. There's a similar trait that the insistence on the quality is very important and where they come from. The majority of the precious painting materials that Master Yun used is actually from the earth as well. For instance, like gold and silver. Actually on this, we see a few different kinds of gold. This is real 24K gold. Beneath it a little bit, it's 18K gold to create the texture, so that look flat. Silver, all these are actually from the earth, right? And the paper, we know it's Dongba paper. Actually, Dongba paper is made from some of the very fine herbs, and then they make it into Dongba paper. Now, even the ink that Master use, even though that it's with glass, so even though you're close up, you can't smell it, but actually the scent is very fragrant. The ink, the black ink, is what we call pine soot ink, which means that it is the pine after it's been charcoal, soot, and that is made into the ink. Okay, 松烟墨 pine soot ink. Even this is natural. It's from ash. It's from the earth, right? Vermilion, the red markings you see, the seals, and this is of pure grade vermilion. In Chinese, what we call 纯净朱砂. So just these few materials, everything is very insistent on where they came from. Are they of high standards? Is this natural? Is this the finest grade? And so on. In just one of Master Yun's paintings, the insistence on where it came from, the soil, the earth, La Terre, it's very important as well. One more interesting fact is that we see this painting, this whole series has the same name. It's called 鹤天覆地土. Now, in English, it's called Greetings to Heaven and Enrichment of Earth. Together with the painting we just saw, they share the same title, and the title is 鹤天覆地土, Greetings to Heaven and Enrichment of Earth. Alright, it belongs to the same series. It is the same series that went up to the Great War of China. Here, this is 034. Alright, now the restaurant or the bar here is called La Terre, which means the earth, and Master Yun's painting has this enrichment of earth. So I think there is something that's faithfully coincidental here. Over here, we see two cranes coming together, looking at each other. If you can feel it intensely, with a lot of passion, coming together, it's just like heaven and earth coming together. It's just like different art forms coming together. Even Master Yun's art form, visual art, together with La Terre's expertise in wine, expertise in whiskey, that form of art form coming together to create a very holistic feel about what it means to be prosperous, what it means to go back to the origins, what it means to celebrate. I think this is really the thing that Master Yun's art is bridging and stemming from. We look closer, we see that in the color splashing, which is the founding layers of Master Yun's paintings, majority green on the top, a little bit brownish and purplish here, which is a bit rare in Master Yun's painting because this kind of colors is really very earthly. And this might be one of the paintings that you look at it, okay, I think these two cranes might be in a more natural setting than the other more imaginary plain ones. Over here as well, on the crane's body, we see that on top of the 24K gold, we get some of the color splashing that went on it as if they have merged with the background. The green color splashing, I wonder how they will look under the UV light. We are very happy to have with us Mr. Daisuke Kawai-san, the chief sommelier and the co-founder of this amazing place, La Terre. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about this establishment, La Terre?
Oh, sure. The La Terre is started at 2015.
Right?
5 years and a half around now.
Okay.
Basically, we are serving wine and whiskeys and some small snacks.
Both this wine list, New World and Old World wine list, your place, La Terre, here we are, has the Platinum Award.
Yes.
Wow!
We have around 500 types of wines.
500 types of wine?
Yes.
Where do you hide them? Is it? What's your criteria? Like, what would you decide? Like, this is a good wine for La Terre?
Of course, the wine quality first and price-wise not so expensive.
Okay.
Or maybe some rare wine people cannot find at other place.
Right.
And especially we are strong for the older vintages.
Older vintages.
Yes.
What are some of your recommendations if they are here at La Terre? What they should have?
One of the I can show this one, Chianti Classico Riserva by Quercia Bella. and the vintage is 93.
1993. I think some of the people watching this now probably they are just born in 1993.
Maybe
this is actually older than a lot of people.
Yes.
Most people. And this is from Italy.
Yeah, Italy, Toscana.
And that's one of the old world wines that we are talking about.
True.
And 1993 is actually quite the vintage.
Yes.
How much is this going for?
It's only $200 plus something.
200 plus.
Yeah.
So that's for a bottle that's 1993. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
we have all the vintage wines at the affordable prices.
Right. So vintage, it gets the whole thing more silky, more sophisticated at the same time at a value that it's amazing. Thank you. What is one of the most expensive bottles that you might have owned here?
At the moment, which is from France Bourgogne, Pinot Noir, Alijaye, Bon Lomane, Cropalantu, which is $30,000.
I'm sorry, how much?
30,000 K.
Singapore dollars.
Yes.
30,000 Singapore dollars.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So if you're a red wine fan and you like old world red wine or even the new world ones, and you're one who is going after something that's a bit different, more rare, as vintage, I think this is really the place to come to.
You have seen Master Yun's heavenly feng shui paintings, but have you seen his feng shui calligraphies? Master Yun has been recognized as the founding father of feng shui arts, feng shui painting, and feng shui calligraphy. The first time when feng shui calligraphies were ever exhibited was on the Great Wall of China. Speak with us to find out your choices for selectable feng shui calligraphies today.
Other than red wines on the menu, I'm going to study La Terre's menu. It's very thick, very thick, so you must really come and see it. There is also champagne on your menu. And of course, since you're talking about champagne, and we know that on Master Yun's painting, some of the layers of the color splashing, he uses champagne as well. For Laurent Perrier champagne, what do you serve here?
Oh, we have La Cuvée, Rosé,
Rosé,
and Vintage 2007 and 8.
the millésime.
Yeah, millésime, yes.
Yeah.
And one more is the Grand Siècle.
Oh, you have the Grand Siècle here as well.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so shall we talk about the Laurent Perrier's La Cuvée today?
Okay, sure.
Which is this.
Yep.
But today, I'm not the one who is going to pop the champagne because the expert is here. And I understand that Daisuke-san has a special talent other than being a world best sommelier, other than being a panel judge. He has a talent, and a very special one, that we need to make space for it to open this champagne. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I think we shall not talk more about it. First, let's take a look at what Mr. Daisuke does. I think I better run to another corner for this to happen. Enjoy the show.
Alright, this is another way to open the champagne. To top.
Whoa! Okay. Wow. Wow. That was. I'm glad I ran away. I'm glad I ran away when it happened. What Mr. Daisuke did just now is what we call the
Sabrage.
Sabrage.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, it's Sabrage. But it's a French thing. Is it a French thing?
Yes.
I have never seen people pop a champagne like this. Is this common? Is this professional? This is professional way of doing it.
Yes.
And how long did you take to learn this thing?
Not long, but practice need many times.
Practice. I just want, hopefully everyone can see that when they did it, when Mr. Daisuke did it, it wasn't just getting the cork out, but actually the top of the champagne bottle was literally sliced off. Wow, that's something. Does it affect the taste of the champagne in that sense?
Not the taste.
Okay.
Affected, yeah.
But the whole thing to it, the whole essence of celebration and
Yes,
the whole
celebration.
dramatic thing. It actually adds the whole feeling as well.
Yes.
It's a bit like Master Yun's painting, you know, because the gold and silver that's on Master Yun's painting, it wasn't just applied like that. It was applied and then he has to use another weapon like this to actually beat it off, dust it off. So that in itself, I think all these forms of art actually do come together. So we have with us here, Laurent Paris La Terre. Can you tell us something about this champagne?
Oh, okay. Laurent Perrier has the history of more than 200 years.
Yes.
Because established 1812.
That's right, yes.
Started by the family of Roland and family of Perrier. They married and then that is becoming
that's why they call it
Laurent Perrier.
Yes. Okay. And this cuvée that I have, La Cuvée, what's so special about this? We see the word La Cuvée and we see roots as well. Can you explain what does it actually mean?
Yeah, the La Cuvée means it's like wine. The flagship of the wine, the champagne from this winery.
Right.
And the brut is dry.
Dry.
Yes.
Dry means less sugar. Is it?
Less sugar. Yes.
Less sugar. Right. Shall we have a taste?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we saw how Mr. Daisuke actually popped the champagne with the saber. That was a really amazing first experience in my life. I've never seen anything like that and definitely have never seen it up close. I don't think you should see it up close because we went through a whole layer of glass. So it's something that you don't want to try and something that you don't want to be nearby when it happens. Now, on the contrary, something that a lot of people would like to be very nearby when it happens is when Master Yun does his gold dusting. So I think there's a lot of performance art involved in both things. We thought we were just here for some good champagne and good wine, but actually there's another aspect to it. There's another level to enjoy this whole thing. Just like Master Yun's paintings, we have the visual art, yes. We can understand that there is a peacock, there's a crane, there are peonies, and so on. But if you were, or if you happen to have seen Master Yun during his overseas art exhibition in Netherlands, into Spain, you have seen him demonstrate how he actually whipped the gold off the painting and revealing that painting was the peacock and revealing the cranes here, as if this painting comes to life with the stroke. For that, try not to get too up close because that is also lethal, it's also a weapon, soft weapon nonetheless, it will whip you. But a lot of people would like to get as close as possible because when Master Yun is doing this and after he's done, many people who are close by will be the first to be nearly entirely covered with gold and silver, the ones that fall off the painting, revealing what it is that we have here. So for us, it's a great blessing. If you have the chance to go for Master Yun's exhibition, when the chance allows, and if Master Yun is doing that performance, you want to be nearby, but not too near. But let's take a look at this painting. Same series, 鹤天复地图, Greetings to Heavens and Enrichment of Earth. We have here serial number 48. You can imagine before it was whipped off, all this will be covered in gold and silver. And here are the two areas where the gold is more prominent. Now, we want to talk about the strokes over here. Actually, these are rounded strokes. Simple. It sounds as if like, oh, why do you need to emphasize on this? It's so simple. But actually drawing things that are round is actually one of the most difficult things. And I've seen how Master Yun painted this before. He painted it in one single stroke with the calligraphy brush, and there goes the pine soup ink to demarcate, to deline where the cranes are. And if you are more into art, you have heard the story about Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, that when he was learning art, he was first taught how to draw eggs, and he just kept drawing eggs after eggs after eggs, the oval-shaped eggs, and that's where he mastered his skill. Now, for someone to actually take up the brush and then draw circles after circles after circles, it is actually not that easy. And of course, we know that other than the skill, the circles actually they mean something even more. As the painting's name would say, greetings to heaven and enrichment of earth. They really represent the heavenly bodies, the stars that we are at. You cannot have the stars by yourself, but you can have something that portrays the stars. And imagine when you place it at home, and this will go into your dreams, blessing you day and night. Cheers.
The Art Beyond Museums series and Master Yun Longzi's Feng Shui art are proud to be sponsored by Laurent Perrier. For 200 over years, Laurent Perrier has not worked with any other artist before. When you purchase a piece of Feng Shui art exhibited in this Art Beyond Museums series, you will also be getting a complimentary set of 5 different specially selected cuvées of Laurent Perrier champagne: the La Cuvée, the Cuvée Rosé, Brut Millésime, Demi-Sec Harmony, and the Cuvée Grand Siècle, so that you can enjoy the taste of elegance while basking in the prosperity of Master Yun's Feng Shui paintings and calligraphies. Cheers to prosperity and elegance.